let's get out of here, man. They gave me a short route today, and then they told me to pick up someone else's packages. So if I hadn't done that, it would have been much lighter route, but I took a few stops away from someone. I meant to take 30, but instead I took 24, and I promise that was an accident. By the way, real quick, you guys voted for the PTG carbon kit. A little unexpected. Maybe you guys don't really know what you were voting for, but the PTG carbon kit is the one that is smoother than the M3 GTR kit, just to let you know. So you guys voted for that over the actual GTR kit, which is interesting. When it comes to the 2M Auto Works kit, I don't know, because I don't know if it's proven. I don't know how it would handle like the pressure of the car moving at high speeds on a racetrack. You know, what happens if you go 160 miles an hour with that body kit? Does it fall apart? Does it start to fold and bend? I just don't know. I'm not trying to say 2M Auto Works makes bad stuff. They make great stuff. I'm just making sure that whatever body kit I spend $20,000 to $30,000 on is worth my time and money. Fucking speed bumps. And lately, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I kind of have noticed, I've become a little obsessed with money lately. Just being transparent about that. Like, I don't really shy away from opportunities to make money and all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm not doing sponsorships or anything. You're not gonna ever hear me say raid Shadow Legends, but money is important, I guess, because it allows me to do a lot of things I wasn't able to do before. It allows me to support my family, but it also allows me to achieve things that normally would not be possible without it. So yeah, money. I guess I like money now.
Hello, I like money.
Holy cow. Holy cow. I kind of messed up my first to second, but that was, God, I can't believe I forgot how well this car pulls. So just to give you guys a little bit of a chance to catch up with what I've been doing, I've had all sorts of routes since I put the car in the shop and since today's video, or yesterday's, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing this for November. Let's turn off my brights. But I had a St. Louis route. I had some pretty long routes. First time they gave me a 175 or 180 stop route. Wasn't quite ready for that because the previous day I had done only 78 stops, so wasn't quite ready. But I ended up doing most of it. I only had 9 stops left, but I also had lots of technical difficulties, which was not fun. Not fun at all. But a couple things I've noticed, that sometimes when I go to like apartments buildings where there's not like a foyer, or like where you go into a hallway and then the doors to the apartments are there. Sometimes there'll be apartments where there's just stairs on the outside to take you to the different apartments, and they're usually made of wood. They're a little bit rickety, and I'll walk on them, and I swear to God, I feel like at some point one of them is just gonna break under my 250-pound body, and I'm just gonna go crunch or impale myself on a plank of wood. Another thing I've noticed is that sometimes customers will enter the wrong address, like an imaginary address, and the GPS that Amazon gives us will still try to figure out, you know, where that house is. So let's say there's house 425 and 430 and someone accidentally writes 427. The GPS will try to put the destination in between those two houses, even though there's not actually a house there, which is cool, but it's ultimately not helpful. It really should just say, this isn't a house. This is not a house. It's not real.
It's not a house.
It's a bit weird. On my first full 2 weeks, which I think I'm gonna get paid for this upcoming Friday, at the end of the week, so on Thursday, but for both weeks, I was given short routes, I guess called nursery routes. They were less than 80 stops. I was given a pretty short route yesterday, And today, I was given a route less than 70 stops. It was like 60 something. It was insane. It was 111 packages. Other drivers will know what I mean. It was tiny. That's why I ended up doing a rescue, my first rescue ever. And I still finished before 8:30, you know. And also, because the I don't know about the Prime vans. The Prime vans are a little funky, but with the white Ford Transit vans that are a bit more modern, they've got Bluetooth and all that sort of stuff. They all do, even the Prime ones, but it's a lot easier to use in the white ones. And I can play my music in through my phone, and I can also play the audio of Top Gear episodes I have on my Apple iTunes account. And so I've been listening to the old Top Gear with Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May, and it's actually kind of fun. So I've been watching old Top Gear episodes. Why would you turn your brights on, you turd blossom? If you're the sort of person that drives around at night with your brights on all the time, even when there are other cars in front of you, you deserve to be shot or have your teeth fed to you. I don't know. But speaking of the Prime van, I did finally drive one today, which is pretty cool. Finally drove a Prime van today. I was wondering when I was going to get to do that. In my 3rd week of working, I got to do that. Or my 3rd and a half. I don't know. And yeah. And today I also spoke to Sean Morris of Top Rank today, and I asked him a few questions about whether there were any like rolling M Spec Nur chassis around, like what they might go for, and to let me know if there is one available, because I can always restore it. You know, because the whole reason why is because of Mizuno and this, that, and the other, and historical significance and all that good stuff. You guys already know the full story. And, you know, he told me about what was it? The name he gave me was Tamura, which was like, I forget the term. It was like planner. Mizuno was chief designer for the R34 GTR and all that, R33 and R32. And Tamura was like a planner. And Tamura was more of the sort of person that was an advocate for the aftermarket. And Mizuno was more of the sort of person that was anti-aftermarket, in that you shouldn't mess with the cars and you should just appreciate them how they are. Which I sort of get. You know, a lot of people don't like modified cars, but I like personalizing things. So it kind of actually made it easier for me to commit to the idea of buying a non-M Spec or M Spec Nur car, because for one, that saves me a lot of money, and also because I'm all about personalizing stuff. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put my M Spec Nur badge on my R34 or not anymore, maybe, but at this point, here's the way I'm leaning. I am going to either get a UK spec V-Spec R34 GTR, or I'm going to get a Series 1 base model R34 GTR. The base model would probably be the best foundation, but the UK spec would be cool because it has a cool VIN number, because, you know, Japanese cars have the shorter VIN numbers for Japan, but the UK GTRs have a JN1 17-digit, or whatever it is, digit VIN number, which I think is really cool. It's kind of quirky because you always think, oh, it's a BNR34, you know, that's how you check it's an R34. But this just says JN1, blah, 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 like a whole bunch of numbers and letters, because it's not a Japanese car. Well, it is a Japanese car. You know what I mean? So I'm probably, that actually means that you guys can also, hopefully, you know, expect to see me get the car on the channel around 2024, because Series 1 base model GTRs are 1999s, and so are the V-Specs in the UK, or at least I think most of them are. And so, by the way, as I was going to say, the Series 1 base model R34 GTRs will be a great foundation because of the mechanical LSD. The active LSD is cool. It's a great, you know, piece of technology, especially considering it's a 1999 car. But for tuning and high horsepower applications, everyone basically has told me that the mechanical LSD is better. So that's a benefit of having a base model GTR, because it comes with the differential that you'd want to use for high horsepower applications, and the car I'd want to build would ultimately have 700 wheel horsepower or something like that. It's not going to be a world-endingly fast car, but it will be quick, and it'll be great for road rallies and shows and all that. It's not going to be a track day car. I don't even know if it's going to have a roll cage, you know? I want it to feel like a normal GTR on the inside, but on the outside, it's not going to look like a normal GTR. So yeah.